Now, I understand that besides the bike riders, volunteers are very, very important to make this a success, both before the event actually takes place and the day of the event. Want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure, I'd love to, actually. I think to me, that's the really fun part of this, and we do at Empire Blue Cross. We have almost as many volunteers to help out the day of the race as we do riders as well, because some people just feel they're not physically able to do it, or for whatever reason, afraid to get on a bike or something like that. There's a lot of things that they can do really at it. And one thing that we do actually from a volunteer standpoint, we have a tent set up where you can go and make posters. It's called a poster tent, and we came up with it a couple of years ago. So kids or other people coming that are just there to cheer on some of the riders can make a poster board and then hold up the sign as their family member or friend comes through or is starting out and things like that. So there's a lot of volunteer opportunities. In fact, I turned it into a little learning experience with my family. My son and a couple of his friends the day before on Saturday last year went up with me, and you've got to set up the spin bikes, you've got to load all the stuff and get it all set, and I got them involved in that aspect of it. So, you know, just to understand the work that goes into it and really put a little into the event that you're actually getting involved in. And the people are great. Again, when you work with the diabetes folks, they're so friendly and really developing friendships from this over the last couple of years when you start as a business, and that volunteerism really kicks into then friendships.
Greg, your take on the volunteers and why folks should get involved volunteer in some of the opportunities as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, you know, to piggyback Joe, it takes a lot of people to get this event going, and as you said before, the organization, you know, I've been in a lot of different events, you know, that have great causes, but they're not run like the Tour de Cure. It takes a lot of people, a lot of thought, and being that we've done this year after year in the same location, and we've got the same sponsors, they allow us to kind of formalize everything. So it gives us a good opportunity to run a great event.
Now, the most prestigious riders in your event are the Red Riders.
Absolutely. So really,
what is a Red Rider?
A Red Rider, the day is really all about them. Those are the people that are Red Riders, are people that are riding with either type 1 or type 2 diabetes. So they wear a special shirt and it's red, and that's why we call them Red Riders. And it's really their day. And when you go by them as you're riding, you yell, "Go Red Rider, go," and they wave and everything, because really it's about them, you know, helping them find a cure for the disease that they're having. And then also it's about them challenging themselves and not letting the disease kind of stop them. Mm-hmm. And they go out and they still challenge themselves. You know, I sometimes get chills just thinking about some of these people when they're out there, and you know, I'm out there giving it my all to try to make the hill. Sure. I don't have to worry about regulating my sugar and things like that go along with diabetes. They've got a whole nother set of things that they're dealing with, and it's impressive, and the day really is about them, and it's a celebration of them, really.
Now, Greg, I understand the Red Riders get a special jersey for participating?
Yeah, it's an awesome jersey. It says Red Rider on it. You know, it's like an official bike jersey. Sure. Yeah, and they're awesome. Do you guys have those jerseys?
We do. Yeah. We buy those for our employees as well. Not red ones. They're blue for our Blue Riders team, but we have jerseys as well.
What impresses me, diabetes is very personal to me. My father had diabetes when I was growing up, and the inroads that the American Diabetes Association has made through its research and everything is incredible. And all of the money raised at this Tour de Cure and around the country goes to help with the research of the American Diabetes Association, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Right. And really, you know, to that point, what we're trying to do is really put the Diabetes Association out of business, because what we hope to have happen is that we raise enough money and someday there will be a cure for this, and then there will be no no need for these bike rides, and then we'll have to get together and do something else fun and work on something else. But
now I understand that you have gifts for all of the riders. You want to talk about the gifts you got for them?
Sure. So every rider that registers and rides gets a bag, and it's filled with a bunch of different things. I know last year we gave out, I think it was duffel bags. Another year we had backpacks, and it's filled with water bottles and coupons to places and all different items that are really in there that make a nice little bag for them to go off with after they ride.
Greg, how about you? Anything you want to elaborate on the gifts that the folks will be getting for participating?
Yeah, you actually have a good opportunity in fundraising for anyone. There's different levels that the tour does set up for different gifts that they can, basically award themselves. There's flat screen TVs, there's vacations, there's lots of different stuff within the community. Everyone gets a T-shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, T-shirts, jerseys, and electronics.
Shirts, all kinds of things.
And if you become a champion rider, you get $1,000 or more of $1,000 more of gifts and items. Good things happen to you if you're a champion, right?
Good things happen.
Tell about the champion category.
Those are different categories of fundraising. So again, like you indicated in the beginning, you need to raise $200 to participate in the ride, which, to be honest with you, isn't that difficult. Everybody's got 20 friends that have $10 usually that you can talk to, and they're more than willing to give. But then it's people that go above and beyond that get those champion categories where they're raising $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for the cause, and that's where the rewards happen from the Diabetes Association. Will give you then, I think one year I got a real nice 3/4 zip up kind of Tour de Cure coat, if you will, and things. So they're nice things that you wear around, and quite really what it does for you, it helps you promote your team because you wear it around and people are like, hey, that looks really nice. Oh, Tour de Cure, oh, you did that. Absolutely, you should join our team, and it really helps develop that. So I think from my perspective, I like those things for that type of, publicity, if you will.
Hate to ask this question, but unfortunately in 2014, you have to ask this question. Because of the Boston Marathon, what sort of security arrangements are being made this year that weren't there last year?
If you want, I can just, I don't know specifically because we're not involved in the security detail and everything, but I do know that they have cars and people all over the course and all over the Saratoga Springs High School watching for everything, for any problems, any issues, any people that may not look like they're there for the right reasons, all of those kinds of things.
There's police there.
Yeah, police. And I think the fact that the event is so organized and well run,
right,
it gives you a little comfort level with it, because other events that you go to kind of things are a little scattered and all, and you may feel like, hey, something might not be right here. But at this event, it's so organized that it all flows very well, so you feel really secure, I think.
It's a very homey feel. Everyone really knows each other.
And that would include the entire folks that are going 100 miles. There's that security going along the entire lane.
Sure.
Yeah. Everything's marked out well, and there's people at the stations.
Right.
Now, you guys are great corporate sponsors, so why don't you, a minute, Joe, talk about Empire Blue Cross and the great things that you're doing in the community and what your organization's about.
Sure. This is just one of the things that we do as a corporation here in New York. We are locally up here in Albany. We have an office right here in Albany, and we serve our members all the way from Clinton County, which is right near the Canadian border, all the way down to New York City and into Long Island is really the service area that we have the broad sweep of to service those members. And what we do, not only with the Tour de Cure, we also have community service days where we go out and we volunteer as an entire company, and we get thousands of volunteers out for that event, and they do different things. Like I was at the food pantry last year helping out there, and the year before I was at a farm helping with the planting some food and things like that for the food pantries and all. So we are extremely active in the communities, and Empire Blue Cross is actually part of a larger organization called WellPoint, which is headquartered in Indianapolis. So we're in 14 states. We're the largest health insurance company in the nation, and we are doing things in all of those states, really, to support our members and help with the communities to really live our mission of improving their lives and the people we serve.
Greg Kelly, equally a chance for you to brag about Northeastern Fine Jewelry and the great products you offer and the things you do in the community. And actually across state lines, you're in Vermont as well.
Yeah, we're in Vermont as well. Yep, so we've been in business for 30 years, serving the Capital District in Manchester, Vermont. And it's important to us to give back into the community. And in years past, we've really picked a few different organizations that were important to us, and we felt we could make a large impact. And this year, the Ronald McDonald House is always on top of our list. Living Resources, the AIDS Council, and the Tour de Cure. So those are just a few, and we've done a lot in the past as well.
And we only have a couple minutes left. Joe Center, for the folks that are just tuning in now, why would you urge folks to get involved with Tour de Cure this year on June the 1st?
I think if the date will work for you, you will not come away having a bad time. I really think that's really what it is. To me, the fact that it's more of a big party than it is a physical activity type of a thing. And I think once you get involved in it and you bring others with you and you realize how much fun it is, you will be back year after year and continue growing your team and helping, really help this very needy cause. So I think those are the key things. Is just, I think I've said probably multiple times here how much fun this event is, and it really is. It's a big party up there. Angela Mazzone, the Mazzone Hospitality Group, does the food.
Right.
And if you've ever eaten at one of Angela's places there, unbelievable. Really great food. You get a great lunch after the event and everything. You hang out, they've got music, they've got massages, things like that, things for kids, things for adults, all different things going on there.
Yeah. Greg Kelly, how about you? Why would you urge folks to get involved with Tour de Cure this year?
Yeah, it's a great celebration, as Joe said. It is a fun day, and everyone can make a difference. And I think that's what we're here for, of trying to put this thing to bed and creating a nice impact in our area.
And one thing I noticed, the American Diabetes Association is describing it as a life-changing event, which is pretty cool. I want to talk about that a little.
I think that's what I was talking about, it being so much fun. You go there and you see these people, and when you see the amount of Red Riders that participate in this event, they all line up at the beginning of the starting line. Everybody yells and cheers, "Go Red Rider, go," and then they kind of lead the pack out and everything. And you get chills when you're in back there and realize what these people are dealing with, but still out there extremely active like this. And it just gives you, a great deal of hope that, hey, let's try harder and raise money to get rid of this thing so that we don't have to have those people be afflicted by this type of a disease.
And what is the age demo that's allowed to participate in this race? How low can you go and how high can you go?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I know that answer.
I'm not sure I know the answer either.
I have seen.
I'm going to actually be riding with my kids. I'm going to pull them on a chariot.
Okay.
So
yeah.
You can participate at all levels, and I think that's the best. It's a family day. And it's just a great day.
Yep. And again, if folks want additional information, how can they get that information?
They would go to the website. Again, I think diabetes.org/Saratoga is the website, and it'll pop right up to the Saratoga site, and it has all the information. And if you wanted to go there, it's got the phone number and everything for Diabetes Association here where you can reach out. I believe it has Denise Nicastro, who's kind of one of the organizers of it all, and you can reach right out to that office, and they will share as much information as you need.
Well, Joe Center, Sales Director of Empire Blue Cross, and Greg Kelly, Vice President of Northeastern Fine Jewelry. It is an honor to have you guys with us today. You're great citizens personally, and the companies that you represent are great Capital Region corporate citizens. And thank you for joining us, and we'll all see you on June 1st up at Saratoga Springs.
Thank you for having us.
I'm Joe Condon. Thank you for joining us, and remember, it's June 1st. Have a wonderful day.